Shalom, shalom. Hey, we're back and we're going to try to wrap this up. I want to do a quick recap of what's going on. Remember, the statement was said, it don't matter. And as I told you, the next time whenever a black person get killed, or the next time you passed over a job, or the next time whenever one of the other race get over you, I don't hear you saying about how it matters. Because remember, your heritage don't matter. Now, everybody want to throw claims to be or some form of worship or Christianity or whatever. Now, the line of Shem, as you just heard Zonderman say, was the line of the Negro. Does it matter? Oh, I guess it don't matter on that one. Well, we went a little further. We stepped into your belief. Most of y'all know who apostolic is. Most of y'all know who Baptist is. Most of y'all know who Protestants is. Most of y'all who don't go to church, who don't carry no religion, know good and well what it is. But we just stepped into one of your, I don't know why I got that up there. One of your people. And let's hear what your people said. Since you don't believe what I'm saying, come on. Recap and help us out, narrator.
Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Oh, that's
not the Negroes.
Not the who?
Not the Negroes.
So wait a minute now, come on. Ham is not the father of the Negroes?
No.
But we was taught the reason why we was black because Ham was cursed.
But the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Not the Negro.
Not the Negro.
Hamites selling Shemites into slavery.
Oh! I thought you said that the Africans was the slaves. Can you read that part again?
Hamites selling Shemites into slavery during the slave trade.
Now, Mark, I didn't say this. This is from one of your posts. Your people. That the Hamites sold the Shemites into slavery. And all y'all walking around here and talking about you going back to your motherland. And your mother name ain't on a damn piece of land over there. No heritage of you is over there. But yet you talking about, I'm proud to be an African. Well, if you is an African, you is one of the ones who sold us into slavery. Oh, come on, read.
Because if Ham is the father of the dark or black people, that makes him the father of all Africans and other black people.
Right.
However, if he is not the father of the Negroes, that make Negroes some other kind of black people.
We some other kind of black people.
That means that the descendants of one of the other brothers, Shem, must have also been a black or dark-skinned person with descendants that are black or dark-skinned also.
What?
By deduction, since Jephthah is known to have been the father of the light-skinned or European people, that leaves us with Shem as the father of the Negroes. Shem is known to have been the forefather of Eber, whose very name means Hebrew, and Abraham, who is a descendant of Eber, is the first to call a Hebrew by those around about him.
Okay.
The life of the Semitic and Hamanites races must have been closely associated after the flood. Because we find Abraham, the father of the Hebrews, living among them in Ur. So close, it is the apparent relationship that some authorities have looked upon Abraham as potentially Hamitic. Abraham came from Ur of the Chaldeans, but he descended by direct line from a Semitic father.
Joe?
His mother may have been a Hamite, for Abraham was also spoken of as a Chaldean. Now logically, since Abraham came from Ur of the Chaldees, and the Chaldean is known to have been a black country,
Ooh.
Abraham was more
Oops.
than likely a black man.
Oops.
And then follows that it then follows that Abraham and Sarah were both black, and that their descendants would likely be what color? You got it, black.
What?
That is simply Bible backed up by history and archaeology.
Wait a minute. Slow down here. Shem was black. Eber was black. Eber means Hebrews. Abraham was the first Hebrew. So my question is this: who lying? But you say it don't matter. It don't matter. So my question is this: it don't matter whether you is saved or not. It don't matter whether you go to heaven or not, because it don't matter who your Savior is. Remember, it don't matter. But you know what? Let's not stop there.
This is simple Bible backed up by history and archaeology.
Mm-hmm.
There are pictures all over the internet that show what color the true Hebrews were and what color the Chaldeans were also.
Mm-hmm.
Jephthah, on the other hand, is accepted by scholars as the father of Europeans and also called white race. However, he had a descendant by the name of Ashkenaz, who is the father of the present day Ashkenazi Israelites.
See, these are the Ashkenazi Jews who occupy Israel right now, who you send your money to.
Not of the line of the promise, which is Isaac, but a Gentile of the Japhetic order.
Not in the line of the promise of Isaac, but in the Gentile order, which you was told that you was a Gentile.
Surprise, surprise. The so-called Jews are Jephthanites and misuse the term anti-Semitic because they are not Semitic in the slightest.
Listen at this.
In fact, if a so-called Negro of Semitic origin was to be insulted by an Ashkenaz Jew, the real anti-Semitics are the Jephthanites whenever they insult a so-called Negro.
Oh, so if you call them a Negro, I give you another thing which gonna blow your way. Everybody running around here saying I am a Christian. A Christian was a racial slur that the old church said about the new church. Don't worry, I'm going to show them that. I'm glad you said that. It's in Acts. But I'm going to take you a step further. Get in your little browser, girl. Get in your little browser. I need you to type this. Anyone care? All in the same line.
Anyone what?
C-A-R-E. Dot. WordPress. Dot. Com. Go to the search. Type in the search. It'd be the question mark or the magnifying glass. Yes, there you go.
I was just looking at the top.
Be all right.
What is it?
And type in what happened to the promised land. And while she is doing that, okay, do what you got to do.
I don't know.
Well, I tell you, I'll help you out then. It's all the articles. Go back. Hit back. Nuh-uh. Down to where the articles say. And you'll see the words say forward and backwards. Go back. You got it?
Say go to higher.
Yeah. Because I need you to type in. If anyone y'all want to help her, you can. Go to help her. That'd be fine. Because this part here finna blow you away. And I need you to type in. Okay? Yeah, I tell you like this. Go up to the top. Go up to the top. Go all the way to the top.
Okay, and I go all the way to the top.
Click where you type in Word, anyone care, WordPress.com.
Okay, you want me to go back?
Yes. Go back to that. Backslash.
Ah!
I know y'all kind of bear with her because she is just learning this just like you are. All this is new to her. This is not nothing that been rehearsed. This is not nothing that sit there and you go through and say, there's real, because this is live. L-I-V-E.
All right.
You got it? Backslash.
Thank you.
What happened to the promised land? And see what you get. Your article came up? Okay. We're going to do it here. Hand me my telephone. Hand me my telephone. Give me my telephone. I'll do it here quickly for you.
Where is it? What's the website?
Give it back to me.
Anyone cares .wordpress.com.
It's an S on care.
Anyone cares that?
Care. It's no cares. No S on it. Just care. And if you don't type it in right, you will never ever get the web page.
Anyone care
Dot
WordPress.
WordPress. All that one word.
And then right here.
.com.
Do you also know the truth?
Right? Now,
And see, then it goes down to recent topics.
topics. Click it in. Topics. Click on topics.
Top posts. I didn't say topics, I said top posts.
Okay, do you see back and forward?
Who?
An arrow that points back and forward?
Up here where I typed in it.
No.
So I know you don't want that.
No. Yeah. Let's get it going because as I said, see, this is what.
I got it.
You got it? You want to read it?
What the Bible says about
Let me be very clear.
Okay, she got it. Yeah. Come give it to your mama. Help her out. She got it. That's boom. That's on point. Now see, now that shows you. That shows you. Let me be very clear.
Alright, let me be very clear that the devil and his demon
The who?
followers, the devil and his demon followers
Uh-huh.
will try to seduce you in your mind,
Yes.
in your sleep, and if he here does not succeed, he will send a person to you, one of his clear followers, another false angel of light now too, and to try to do this as well. Now they will do this by phone, email, personal visit.
Come on.
And they also will ask you to do something wrong on their behalf.
Yes.
And or falsely ask you to take sides in a fight or a dispute. Like the one going on between the Muslim and the Jews.
Oh, come on. The Muslims and Jews is fighting. Is y'all familiar with that? Huh? Why is the Muslims and Jews fighting?
over some land.
Come on. Is that?
Jews and Muslims are fighting over the sacred promised land.
The who?
The sacred promised land.
The Muslims and Jews is fighting over the sacred promised land, and what?
But so what?
So what?
It does not belong to any of them anyway.
So my question is this. The ones who is inhabiting Israel right now is fighting against Palestine for the right. And what it says?
That it don't belong to neither one of them?
It don't belong to neither one. So my question is this. If it don't belong to neither one, and the inhabitants is fighting over it, you is familiar with the ass-neck Jews, right? Right? That is the line of Jephthah, right? They just told you that in the last thing that they read. So if the ass-neck Jews is in the line of Jephthah, then who the Palestinians is? Anybody know? No? There you go. Now my question is this. Where is Shem? Where is he? Come on.
Shem is the one that's being sold into slavery.
Shem is us over here in America, who we always say, it don't matter who we are. So why every other race matters, but our race don't matter? How come we, as a people, don't get one iota about who we really is? Because if we really stop and know who we is, this mess and this division and all this backbiting and lying on one another and stabbing and killing one another, all this would stop if we only get deprogrammed from the program which programmed us. You got a little bit more? Help me out.
I think my opinion is, I just think because they didn't go no further than what they was told about us being sold into slavery, and they only think that their background only goes back to slavery. Maybe, maybe a opinion. But it had to be something before that.
I got a question, and I asked this question in many of the videos, but I never got an answer. Why James Madison and Alexander Hamilton, why they spoke Hebrew?
Because they...
Hold on to it. Hold on to it.
Yeah, I heard you want somebody to answer because you said...
Yeah.
You've been asking
You've been asking it for the past few videos.
Good.
And you was...
Let's show you and not tell you. Type in your browser, and it's all in one word. It's all one word. New England Historical Society. New England Historical Society. You need to know how to spell society? You got it?
I got it.
.com. You got it? What come up?
New England Historic Society.
Mm-hmm. Click it.
Okay.
Okay.
Look at the skull.
The what?
There's a skull.
Yes. So now you see who the New England Historic Society is, right? Now there should be a search.
I got it.
You got it? I need you to type in the story of how Hebrew almost became the official language of the United States.
So you want me to type?
Yes.
Type in
How Hebrew almost became the official U.S. language?
I got a question.
Come on, I got an answer.
I thought Hebrew was a race. I didn't know it was a language.
Woo! I'm glad you said that, because in my last
How he wrote almost.
couple videos, I told you that this is the only one that was both a people and a language and a state.
And there's a state called Hebrew.
It was a Hebrew nation.
Go ahead.
How Hebrew was official? How did Hebrew become almost become an official language in the U.S.?
Did any of you knew that Hebrew almost became our official language?
No, I always thought it was a race.
Okay.
I didn't know it was a language.
Why did they was finna adopt
Language in the U.S.
Yes.
This is new.
Oh, this is what you was never ever taught. That's why it new.
So, do we see like a
Hebrew
man
almost became the official
as a
language
picture? Did we see
in
a
the
man?
US. It ain't giving me nothing.
Okay. Go in your browser then and type it in straight.
So where I started the thing?
How is the story? Watch this. I did it for you. The story
So how?
How is the story?
is the story of how Hebrew almost became the official oh man, my typing is bad. Official
The official language.
of the U.S.
So if it almost became
Matter of fact, it was a law passed in the colonies.
The story of how Hebrew almost became U.S.
You got it. Type it, click it.
So how? Okay. So if it almost was our original language, why come it ain't now?
I'm going to show you why.
Because it almost.
Okay, now you got a picture of who? This is a Caucasian with a lot of hair, ain't it? White looking hair, right? That picture you got, right?
Ezra Styles.
What his name?
Ezra Styles.
Ezra Styles.
Ezra.
Ezra. And what did Ezra Styles did?
Guilford got the story from an aide
Mm-hmm.
to commentator who had traveled in America in 1780.
17 what?
80.
80.
In the rebellion of the colony,
Uh-huh.
a member of that state seriously proposed to Congress
Uh-huh.
that putting down of the English language by law and decreeing the universal adoption of Hebrew in its stead. Gifford wrote.
So my question is this: why wasn't you taught that in your English class?
You mean history?
Yeah, your history.
Because they don't want nobody to know.
Now, I'm gonna let her answer this question. Why James Madison and Alexander Hamilton spoke Hebrew?
Because their slave was Hebrew.
Because their slave was Hebrew.
You had to communicate with them.
See, my question is this, and it just told you that Ham did not sell Africans to the British.
Wait a minute now. Hold on.
I know. Wait a minute, hold up. But this don't lie. This is not coming from no black origin. This is come from the ones who wrote your history.
What?
You always sit there and they always tell you that the British went and stole Africans off the coast of Africa. Lie.
Well, actually.
Come on. Actually, help me out.
They didn't say that they stole them.
They said that.
They said that, what is it? You got Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, come on.
That was prophecy in 18 something, whatever it was.
And
he made it
1492.
Yeah, that.
Christopher
Yeah,
Columbus.
1492.
Yeah, Christopher Columbus sold the ocean blue. Come on.
And he ended up in Africa.
No, he ain't ending up in
He
Africa.
didn't end up in Africa. He ended all the way in the U.S.
Yeah, he ended.
Dagama was the one who ended up in Africa.
Okay, but right there.
And he's the one that set up there and agreed with whoever was over there in Africa about the slave thing. So the Africans thought, since you did a story about how you wouldn't sell your own blood.
They did sell their own blood.
So they went and they got us because we was the same complexion.
You is on it.
Complexion as them. So they took us and they traded us instead of themselves.
They traded us and because we was from Africa, they traded us from Africa. We was called what? African. And how did we got there? In 70 AD when Rome invaded and ransacked Jerusalem and tore up Jerusalem, we migrated.
You keep from getting killed.
You keep from getting killed.
And ended up in Africa.
And ended up in Africa. North Africa to be exact.
Because we what?
Because we couldn't hide nowhere else. The African had rude complexion like us. Dark.
So we supposed to have to blend in. That the Romans could not find us. But guess what our own complexion people did?
They
sold us. Because we wasn't of their race. But remember, it don't matter. Come on.
So where's the part about how you said that we would have never, was it because, okay, so y'all told us that we all told our ancestors and our forefathers that all they had to do was obey his laws and words and we wouldn't be over here, right?
That's all we had to do.
But they didn't listen and we ended up over here and our history got changed and stuff like that.
You, as I showed you in the story of Ham, your name was erased. Your origin was erased.
They didn't want to listen.
All you was female,
black, and a number.
And it's crazy, if I got Africans, shouldn't I supposed to be speaking the African language? I should have learned the African language. But instead, I'm learning Hebrew.
Wait, what?
Because it was a law.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I'm trying to get everyone who is born here in America to see. And this is going to really tear you up. The language of the African people in the time of the slave trade is one who spoke Creole English.
Is that a language?
That's a language. It's a Gullah language. Now, I got one last question, because after we finish this, we moving on to the Gospels, because y'all can sit here and say that it don't matter. The Father said it was a few people. You wasn't great in number. So now this going to bring up in your mind. Broad is the way. that many tread in, but lead to death and destruction. But now is the way that few will find. Why did he choose a people that wasn't great in numbers?
I guess he felt like we had a purpose.
So if we have a purpose, and if we are chosen by him, then it should matter whether you want to spend or where you want to spend eternity at. Question. Go ahead, darling.
Not to just denounce everything she just said. Saying about us we got a purpose. But he chose us because he loved us.
Because he loved us.
And by he loving us, then it goes right along with the purpose. And then by people not knowing who they are and who they are loved of, that's the reason why you got so much stuff that's going on. Because you don't know who you are. You don't know where you come from.
Come on.
We all, until we learn to start studying, is still confused or brainwashed with the stuff that was taught down. And say that was put in us.
You better catch this.
By the Ethiopians and Ethiopians, but the Europeans and people and stuff. They did everything they could to take away your identity.
They did.
Because where you was at, you were literally princes and kings,
royals.
And they took all of that.
They took
because
all
if you come somewhere else, everywhere you got ambassadors, you got different people from different countries come up over here now, and they treat them like royalty. But how they gonna go steal? Well, not steal, but buy a group of people to work for them, and they're going to still try to treat them like royalty. It doesn't work like that. And so after time went on from generation to generation, because the forefathers knew who they were.
They knew who they were.
That may be the reason why a lot of them got killed, and because they wouldn't bow down and they wouldn't do this and wouldn't do that. But as time began to progress, they began to adapt to this new stuff that they got going on. Saying, yo, matter of fact, Kuta Kinte, what's your name? Toby. He kept saying my name was Kuta Kinte. Oh, they knew who they were. And the younger generation now, when they started with the enslavement and stuff, they wiped out all of it. It took years to do it, but they wiped it out. So now you just think as they talk, ignorant folks talk, you just a dumb black nigga up over here where you ain't nothing. You just a slave and you just gonna do them and you ain't gonna never have nothing. You ain't gonna never amount to that. But once you know who you are, and out of all of the people that the Father chose to allow his Son to come down through, you better realize that you are a blessed people. Let me ask you this. If it was not so important to know who you were, then why they don't teach you that Jesus, as they say, or Emmanuel, was black like us?
At school or in church?
Period. Why they don't teach you what his skin color was when he come down through the young girl?
To the young girl.
They changed it from being rooted. As a matter of fact, they done messed up the definition of rooted. But they changed it from being black to white. All them people that we talk about in the Bible are black folks.
That's your history.
But they changing, and every time you see somebody playing, it's white folks. And for the longest, I thought the people were white too, because I just went along with what was said. That's my fault. But anyway.
Well, I got a question. In 1947, y'all was taught that Jerusalem, 48, that Jerusalem became a state, right? They gained their independence, right? Huh? You was taught that? Yeah, I know that.
He on the video. Open your mouth.
So, in 1948, Jerusalem became a state. But y'all didn't know about the Balfour Agreement. They don't teach you that. teach you about the Balfour Agreement, where the British talked to the Rothschilds. Y'all know who the Rothschilds is?
Rich people.
Rich people. That they should come and make an agreement to buy a land for the Jews that was being persecuted in Russia. Oh, y'all ain't know that the Agnes Jews is from Russia.
No.
Guess where Jephthah is from?
Russia.
Oh, you is on point. Because that is one of his sons.
Romans.
The Romans. And y'all give Rome so much credit. The Vatican State is the only state that even the president got the answer to. Y'all saw it on TV. Joe Biden said that he has so much respect for the Pope. Why? Why the Pope got so much power? Why?
I don't know.
Think about it. Now, let's go back to this last verse, and we gonna close. We're going all the way back to the beginning, when I told you Genesis 44 and 33.
Now therefore I pray thee, let thy servant abide instead of the lad a bondman to my Lord, and let the lad go up with his brother.
Okay, now let's give you the identity of him who said this. This is Judah. The same line that you and I and our Savior is in. Judah said, let me be your slave instead of Benjamin, the younger brother. And what did Judah become? See, y'all better read this book and know what you're talking about. Oh, it don't click. Come on, dog.
Well, in the movie that they made, when the brother that they already sold Joseph.
They sold Joseph. You on it?
And he the one that came up with all of the people because he had this gift.
Right.
Stuff like that. And so when they came to get food, because they were going to have 7 days of abundance, 7 days where they were going to starve.
You're right.
7 years.
Right.
And so everybody in Egypt had to go to the Pharaoh's table and buy grain and stuff so they could eat.
Right.
So when Joseph saw that it was his brothers.
His brothers, come on. This girl smarter than what y'all think she is. Come on.
He told the guards to send them to his palace so they can have food.
Right.
And by the time it was done, the younger brother Benjamin,
come on,
had stole from Joseph. And he told the brothers like,
but did Benjamin really steal?
No.
No, it was planning on Benjamin.
Yeah, but yeah. And they told, he said, I invite you in my house and you gonna steal from me.
Right.
And he was like, I guess he told him that he was gonna
make him a slave.
Yeah, make him a slave. And then
Judah
was like, take me.
Take me.
I already suffered losing one
brother. Come on.
And after that, Joseph was like, and then he took off the thing.
Right. And showed who he was. See, y'all don't realize. Watch this. And this is for all y'all who's sitting out there who always come with the Mosaic laws that came from the Levite priesthood. Did you know Levi or the Levites was Judah's brother? See? Come on.
But no matter what race we in, we all together as one because we all was invented by one of the 3 brothers.
Okay.
So I know that you're trying to say that us being ourselves is important on our history. But also said that we all from different bloodlines, but we all share the same blood because we was all from
Noah. Noah, right? But 2 of Noah's sons hated Yah. So is you in that pack too?
No. So
we all not the same.
Okay, so hold on. Let's bring up Adam.
In other words,
you okay?
No, but okay, so it was Adam at first before the storm. Came.
Right.
It was his wife and they
Eve.
had 2 kids, right?
Right.
And one of them got cursed or something?
No.
No, one of them got killed.
Right, by the other brother.
By the other brother.
Right.
And y'all spoke to the brother that killed the other brother.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I don't even know what he said, but he said something on the lines about why would you kill him or something like that.
That's close enough.
He was like, and y'all was like, but I can still hear your brother's blood speaking to me from the ground.
Okay.
And so I guess we got killed and that line was destroyed.
Right.
Then you got Noah and his wife.
Okay.
They got married.
Right.
And they had 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And one, no, hold on, wait a minute.
That's it. Come on. I'm going to let you get it clear.
Which replaced the line of,
Cain killed Abel.
Right.
Which one did replace?
And then Seth came. Adam and Eve had another child, Seth.
Yeah.
And
he came along and replaced
Abel.
Yeah.
And guess what line you in? Seth. Guess what line Shem in? Seth.
Wait a minute. Because you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's Steph, right?
Yeah.
Then, if we came from the 3 brothers, then didn't.
No. We didn't came from 3 brothers.
I mean, we came from one of the 3 brothers.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So who was Noah to Seth?
Who was Noah to Seth? Noah was in the line of Seth because through Seth's line only 8 souls were saved when the earth was flooded.
So
see, Adam was before.
Seth was way before Noah.
Y'all better get this. This is getting good. We having service up in here. Good study.
Okay, so
Seth was way before Noah.
Okay. So y'all kind of threw me off when y'all
just like your mama, Shem and Seth, it sounded like, you talking about the same person, but it ain't.
I kind of got confused because I thought Seth died and it started off with Noah.
Yes, Seth did die.
So how
Seth is dead.
Seth and Methuselah was the one that taught Noah.
Who?
Okay, so then who had Noah?
He came through the line of Seth.
Okay, and then who did Seth marry?
Didn't
he have to marry somebody in order to produce?
Mary is leaving.
I'm trying to figure out. Okay,
I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to figure out the timeline.
No, I'm trying to figure out who had Noah. Because y'all said that he's from a line of
Seth. Right.
So that's who fathered him. His line. Like for instance, Tony. Who fathered Tony? Eli's, whatever your granddaddy name. Whatever your granddaddy's daddy name is, had him. So it just comes down the line.
Yes.
Even though Tony got uncles, his daddy got brothers. It makes you and them, that makes his daddy's brother's kids, that they cousin, but they still didn't come from Tony's daddy.
Right.
They came from Tony's granddaddy.
Right.
You have to understand how the tree fall, the timeline fall.
Okay, but I still want to know who married.
I don't know I don't know what Noah mama name.
There is a lot of women whose names is not in the Bible.
Right.
Y'all need to really thank your stars for Emmanuel. Emmanuel put you on the map. Because before Emmanuel, there was only 2 women that ever was really anybody. Ruth and Esther.
Yeah, didn't one of them go to the king?
Only 2. And then they didn't really have no power. Emmanuel put y'all women to where y'all is somebody. So, this is why we be moving to Matthew, the 4 Gospels, in our next video. So we tell y'all shalom, good study. Y'all better come on and tune in the next time. Shalom.